Attachment and setting boundaries is important during your spiritual growth, and how it affects you if you don't set certain boundaries and learn to detach yourself from emotions. Because as we know, emotions is just, an illusion. So once say we going through something and it's like a tough time where we feel like, okay, this person did something to me that don't make me feel good. And once we spend time with ourselves and we address that feeling, and it's like, okay, I can't believe I let that person make me feel that way. That's all that healing process is. And addressing feelings, and then once we address them, we look back at that illusion of it and think, oh, it wasn't even that serious. You know what I mean? So I can't believe I let that person take me there or made me feel this way. So it's about that, freeing yourself from negative emotions or any shame or guilt that's brought onto you by others that may play victim to your feelings, or these people may not be aware of how their energy was mistreating you, or how you dealt with so much from a person, or how you poured into a person more than you poured into yourself, or how people only supported you because it was beneficial for them. So you go through a lot of things in life, and if we don't detach ourselves from how much we allow a person to put on us or to pour into us, and just set boundaries, kind of letting people deal with their own emotions externally, and realizing that that's something they have to do during their growing process, because you are only responsible for what makes you happy and what works for you. So what works for this person and what don't make them happy may work for you and make you happy, or what this person is going through and have to deal with may require that person to deal with this certain situation alone, and it's something that you can't take on for that person, because that person have to take on their own emotions and their own challenges and battles. But your job is just to support them when you can, or support them if you can, and to be just a good person to them, and let them know that they will get over their battles and struggles. So, sometimes we are allowing what people go through become our problems, and we're taking on these situations that don't feel good, because they were not destined for us to go through. As we know, things happen for us and not to us, to bring us lessons, or to just show us clarity in things that we need to know to help us grow. We then find out having a good heart can mislead you down the wrong path, because then we're letting other people's emotions pour onto us. For example, you riding down the street with someone that you love, but they live a negative life, kind of like the fast life. So when y'all get pulled over, they kind of like throw they shit onto you and say, hold this, and deep down, like that ain't okay. Like, but because you love this person, you tolerate it. You know what I mean? Like, you tolerate what they just did, but it ain't okay, and it's something that you're not willing to jeopardize your life for. And if you don't put boundaries on it, that something bad could potentially happen for other people's mistakes that was brought kind of onto you. Or Like for a person who may not have good intentions, they may let you borrow a car, but then they expect you to take them everywhere. Or, be nice to buy you groceries or something, but expect you to jump for them every time they want you to do something because of this certain favor that they did for you. But they not realizing that you were a person that was just genuine to invite them to meals every time you could. Or if something happened to them, you were the first person that person called, and you were always the first person there every time something happened to that person, rather it was getting in trouble by the law or getting into an accident, and helping a person now, taking them to doctor's appointments, making doctor's appointments. Also, say this person had a fight, and you love this person, so you jumping in the fights, like you letting this person know just how much of an extra mile that you would go for this person, but this person is not showing you the extra mile that they supposed to go for you when it's your turn to need support. So those are things that I was just experiencing. I helped a lot of people who were grateful, but I helped a lot of people who were very ungrateful. Or, just to thank you for those who I welcome in to live with me and fed, and those that I even left a home to fully furnished for their family, and those who I just genuinely was there for through important moments like the birth of their children when the fathers weren't present, and I had to hold the hand, and one time even taking a baby fresh out the hospital and nurturing that baby until the baby's mother gotten out the hospital. Or like the time, that I took people's children in that could have treated me a little bit nicer. For example, every time I would take this certain person's child in, every time I would buy shoes, clothes, and, potty train this child and do the importance with this child, the parent would come and just snatch the child away from me until they needed my help again. And then I would welcome this person's children in again, and they would do me the same exact way until I learned to just quit taking that person's children in because it wasn't fair to me. Those who I allow to have that control on me to make me feel guilty and shameful, and with apologizing for things that I should not have to apologize for, and now realizing that this morning, because these are the people who I've always supported, I've always been there for through their challenging times, who I've always been there for through their good times. And some of these people didn't even invite me to their greatest celebrations. And just taking on the biggest responsibilities, and for some of these people who I've helped never even told me thank you, or even probably realize just how much that I've helped them out. And now that I've set boundaries and detached myself from those kind of people, these people don't even speak to me. They don't support me. They don't come around me. And this is God's way of telling me Just as I freed myself from judgment, fear, doubts, all these crazy illusions that don't make me feel good, I also have to free myself from people who also isn't ready to grow into the next chapter with me. I accept that. I forgive those people. I have always forgiven those people. But what I realized this morning is I've never forgiven myself for how I allowed others to treat me. And after forgiving myself this morning, I feel good. I'm going to have a great weekend. I'm going to celebrate myself tonight. I'm going to do things that's going to make me happy and that feels happy to me. And like I said, I hope you guys get through your healing process and remember things don't happen to us, it happens for us, for our best abilities, and to show us things that we need to learn to grow and to grow from, to just get that tough skin and to just be a better us. So I hope you guys were inspired. Please subscribe to Jocelyn's Divine Purpose on YouTube. Like, comment, and feel free to share. Thank you. Have a great weekend.